Hey everyone, it's Rob with Passport to the Parks, and today is Friday, March the 29th, and I am here at, right now I'm in front of Disney's Magic Kingdom, and I just got on the boat to head over to the Fort Wilderness Campground. Figured we'd try to take a look and see what we can see from Bay Lake as far as what's going on with the new nature hotel construction. Now I doubt that we're going to see anything really, because they probably just pretty much cleared the land over there. I have not been over there myself personally. I haven't taken the boat over there yet, so this is going to be new for me as well. So we may see something, we may see nothing, but it'll be a beautiful boat ride over there. It's always a lot of fun. So let me get you turned around here real quick, because, you know, it's always better to look at. My button never works, you guys know that. Always some beautiful views here on Seven Seas Lagoon, and then over to Bay Lake, obviously. All right, we got a lot of people coming on here, so let's say hello. We got Tanja, hello, Way2Sun, good to have you here. My thing jumps around all the time, sorry. Danielle, welcome. Charles, welcome. Janelle, Jose, welcome. Steve, what's up, Rod? Good to see you today, absolutely. Dave, welcome. Liam, always good to have you here. Growing Ears, John, great to see you again too. My friend Dave, welcome. I think we got some repeats coming in here. The Coaster Enthusiast, welcome, welcome, welcome. Lisa Ward, photographer, always good to see you. Pasta Fazul, always a pleasure to have you here. From Long Island and New York, very cool. Way2Sun. Was I really the first? I think you actually were. Modeling Disney, welcome. Congratulations to Modeling Disney. I don't divulge any personal information, but if you say congratulations to him, he is well deserving of it. Anthony, welcome. Uncle Bill MC. Hi, when do you think they'll be up and running? I'm coming in May. If we're talking to the Skyliner, hopefully by mid to late summer is what, fingers crossed, that's what I'm hoping for. Welcome Audrey, Myra, Colin, and Joshua. Welcome. Coast Guard Vet, hello. Katie, hey, my dad and I are big fans. Hope to meet you when they're there in September. That would be very, very awesome. Margaret, welcome. Anthony, welcome. Got a lot of people coming on. Iowa Boomer. I figured that was Iowa. Welcome from Iowa. Sharon Hay from New Jersey. Elvin, welcome. Robbie, always good to have you here. Good morning. Happy Friday. Kurt Sugg, welcome. All right, I think... All right, Modeling Disney, thanks, Rob. Baby due any minute now. So there you go. Congratulations to you, my friend. Hopefully have a happy and healthy baby on the way. Got a lot of congratulations coming in for him. So Modeling Disney has done an amazing, amazing job on designing a t-shirt for Passport to the Parks. As soon as I get that up in the store and everything ready to go, should be within about another day or so, I should have that up. Really incredible what he did. A lot of thanks to him. He does some really amazing work with blueprints and some other 3D stuff as well. So I'll definitely put some links for his stuff if you guys can show some support to him. Especially after you see the t-shirt, it's going to really knock your socks off. It's pretty cool. Hey, Zippity Doodad, welcome. One of my good moderators there, Zippity Doodad. Way2Sun, a boat ride without the nausea. There you go. None of the boat rides are really that treacherous here at Disney. Sometimes the waters get a little choppy, but for the most part, it's actually a very, very nice boat ride. It's not like being on a cruise ship to where you're out in the ocean and you really can get sick sometimes. Jamie, welcome from Oklahoma. Once we transfer past the Contemporary here, we should transfer over into Bay Lake. Then we'll pass the Wilderness Lodge, and then we'll come up on Fort Wilderness, and we'll see what we can see. Hopefully we'll be able to see at least the clearing, get an idea of where it's going to be, what it'll look like. It's going to be some gorgeous views. It's going to be literally right on Bay Lake, kind of like Wilderness Lodge is. Nemo Classes. Good to have you here. Scott, happy Friday to you as well. So I do kind of want to take a second to address some unfortunate issues that have been happening on the channel. You know, I'm one to, obviously I had a situation that happened on a bus a couple days ago that was, you know, kind of an intimidating thing, and I don't support that kind of stuff at all. You know, anytime somebody is in an intimidating situation or says something that isn't pleasant or kind of derogatory towards somebody, I don't like that myself, and I don't like it here on the channel as well. So I'm sure if you guys are following along, there are some issues that we've had along the way. You know, I'm not going to pull names and stuff out, but just as a general statement, you know, any kind of derogatory things towards anybody else here on the channel, you know, if you want to talk about me, I don't really care, but you know, don't talk amongst each other and say negative things towards each other, no matter what the reason may be. You know, we never know the total story behind somebody's backstory or why somebody would post something or anything like that. So we need to keep it all clean, all on the up and up. We're a community here. We need to support each other, and you know, I'm very supportive of that. You know, when you watch my channel, you know that I'm very supportive of the people around me. I'm very nice to the people around me, and I have a lot of respect for the people around me. So I would intend everybody to have the same respect as well. So, you know, from this point forward, we're really going to have a very low tolerance, a zero tolerance policy for anybody who, you know, makes derogatory marks against other people here on the channel. So I do have the moderators out there. You know, I'll talk to them a little bit more, and you know, I'd like to get some more moderators on here as well. As the channel grows, you know, I'm learning things along the way and trying to come up with better solutions for things. So I want everybody to feel safe here and feel important and to feel welcome. And you know, I want to be friends with everybody and have good relationships with everybody. So with that being said, moving forward, just please respect everybody on the channel, and we'll go from there. So that's kind of my soapbox, and we'll move on. So now we're moving into to Bay Lake. You can actually see the I always forget what these things, the DVC cabins over here for Wilderness Lodge. Jimmy, hey, kept looking for you, but sadly our paths didn't cross when I was down there this week. I'm sorry. Sometimes, you know, I try to be down here as much as possible, and we'll try to cross paths, and you know, you can catch me outside of the parks more than inside the parks. Unfortunately, that's kind of where I spend a lot of my time. So kind of follow the Skyliner and you'll find me eventually. Although the Skyliner hasn't had much going on. They're pretty much just running the Hollywood Studios line. The Pop Century line and the Epcot line is definitely not running yet. But that's why, you know, I'm trying to spend a little more time here and catch up on some other, you know, updates and things in the parks, and while the Skyliner sort of has a down period here. Bill's Odds and Ends. Hey, 190 days till you're back at Disney. Hope to meet you sometime. That would be very, very cool. Again, best thing to do is email me kind of like the day before that you're going to do something, and we'll try to figure something out. I'm going to head over to the Animal Kingdom tomorrow. There's one of the viewers that's going to be over there, so I'm going to try to take my daughter and have a little fun over there. So that should be pretty cool to do. Jimmy B, it was nice to see several Skyliners uncovered in Hollywood. Yeah, that's there's like 5 or 6 of them uncovered there now. It is pretty cool to see. So here is Wilderness Lodge. That is the boat dock for Wilderness Lodge. One of my favorite resorts on property. It's just an amazing experience. Very well themed. It's just gorgeous inside there. The lobby, the grounds, everything is really perfect over there. It's just a great time to go spend an afternoon over there, grab some lunch. John, I love that Rob had some of his Skyliner footage used on the DSNY newscast channel when the host was talking about the gondola testing. Yeah, Jack is amazing. You guys all know his channel. He does amazing updates over there. I love how polished it is, and he's just got a great situation going on, and the information that he gets is really awesome. So, you know, I really appreciate him using my footage as well. If I can contribute to him spreading, you know, the information as well, much appreciated to Jack. Very, very cool guy. So definitely be sure to always check him out. John, anybody know how long it takes on the bus from Art of Animation to Magic Kingdom when I come down taking the Keys of the Kingdom tour? Once you actually get on the bus, it's probably about a 10 to 12 minute ride down there. It's not a very long ride. It's about mid-property. Magic Kingdom is on the northern end of property, and the Art of Animation is sort of mid-property itself. So, hey, got a super chat coming in. Thank you so much from Benjamin. Get yourself a drink tonight. You deserve it. Thanks for the cool updates and vids, Rob. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. It's always much appreciated. All right, so actually we do have a little bit of clearing here. I'm going to zoom in. This is where the old river country once was, and this is where the new construction is going to be for the new nature hotel. So it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful site here. It's going to be amazing views. I'm going to try to get some pictures as well. So they do have, you know, they're still working on clearing. There's going to be a lot of leveling, obviously, for the grounds. They got some tractors back there, or I forget, I don't even know what those things are called, some kind of cranes. Not a construction kind of person, but that is pretty cool to see. It'll be a lot of fun to see it built along the way. Obviously, we'll get some great views when we ride the boat over here to the Fort Wilderness. We'll get off as well, and we'll walk back there towards Mickey's Backyard Barbecue. I'm not quite sure how far we'll be able to get back there. You know, a lot of it's going to be fenced off, but just a beautiful clearing there. It's perfect. Be curious to know if they'll actually add its own boat dock there, or if they'll use the Fort Wilderness boat dock. I'm assuming if it's DVC, they'll want to take care of you guys out there, so I'm sure it'll probably get its own boat dock. Phil, got the alert that this was live while watching the archive of yesterday's feed. Very, very cool. Glad you made it over. See, Kara, first time catching me live. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you were able to catch me here. Diz Life of Ours. Way Too Sun, thanks. Haven't stayed at Riverside in a while. On my way to do a live tour. Very cool. Have to check that out. Scott Phillips got to run. Try to catch you live back soon. Otherwise, have a great stream. Or I'll watch the stream later. I'm sorry. Thanks for all you do. Thank you for being here, Scott. Always a pleasure. Steve, Excavators. There you go. Excavators. Sometimes when I can't find the words, I love when you guys jump in and help me out. Disney Nerd Herder, smash that like button. Rob was up at 3 a.m. getting info on the Skyliner. Yeah, you know, you just happen to be cruising around at 3 a.m. What better things to do than to go check on the Disney Skyliner, right? See, Lisa, 28 Sleeps coming to from the UK for my 40th. Very cool. Happy early birthday, or if you've already had your birthday, welcome, or happy birthday. Melissa Gray, good to see you here. Looks like a beautiful day there. Melissa, another moderator. Thank you very much for helping out. Her and Zippity Doodad have been helping out with the moderation. So we were just talking about really coming down with a zero tolerance policy and making sure that everybody treats everybody with respect here on the channel. Because that's indeed how I would want to be treated. So that's how we're going to treat everybody else. Chester, Disneyland Paris in May, going to be small compared to Florida. Yeah, but that is awesome. What an experience. See, Diz Life of Ours. Looks like Way Too Sun just subscribed, so definitely go check out their channel. I have not checked it out yet, but you guys check it out and let me know. I'll head over there and probably subscribe myself. I always appreciate when people come and support me, and I'll try to support other people as well. All right, we'll wait for the boat to fully dock here, and then we will make our way out. I could sit here all day on Bay Lake or the Seven Seas and just look at these beautiful views. This is the actual inside of the boat. There's actually a really nice ride over here. Hey, thank you. Again, more gorgeous views on Bay Lake. Actually got the speedboats out there today, which is very cool. If you ever get a chance to rent one of these little speedboats and just cruise around Seven Seas or Bay Lake, that's a lot of fun. I remember actually doing that as a kid over on when it used to be Lake Buena Vista, the downtown district, which is now Disney Springs. This was back in the like early 80s, late 70s, as we rented these boats. That's when you actually used to be able to do it over by Disney Springs. And that was a lot of fun. That was a memory that I definitely had as a kid. Now, Fort Wilderness is also a great memory because this is the first place that I ever stayed when I was 5 years old. This is where my parents booked us to stay. It was in 1979. And I remember, just kind of bits and pieces. I still have some pictures of here, back in my awesome 70s gear, the polyester pants and all that stuff, and the shirt that was way too tight for a chubby little kid. And I remember standing there with the ducks around me in front of our trailer here. And I remember they used to have over like where the Trails End buffet is in the little store area there, they had a vibrating chair with a giant bear, and it was like a vibrating chair. And it was pretty amazing. But of course they don't have it anymore. But just the little things. And I do remember standing on this beach, and it must have been, these trees and stuff. I remember standing here and looking out and seeing the Contemporary Hotel. So all these trees and stuff were not here at the time, that little island in front of us there. Discovery Island is more over to the right here. But I'm trying to think actually where I might have seen that. Maybe it was from River Country when I was in. Or no, that is the old Discovery Island right there. I'm trying to get my bearings of where I'm at. So that would have been there. And I was probably standing in River Country because I remember staring at the Contemporary Hotel and thinking, 5 years old, I've never seen anything like this before in my life. And I still have that memory like glued in my head of just standing there looking at that hotel. This giant monstrosity of, awesomeness that I'd never seen before. So I always thought I was standing on this beach, but now that I'm actually standing here again and thinking about this, Discovery Island would have been in the way. So it must have been standing in River Country at the time that I saw that. So here's the trading post, just a general store. A lot of golf carts in here, a lot of bikes are used in here. This is just really spread out. It's really great to come here with your family. There's a ton of activities to do here, horseback riding, horseshoes. There's all kinds of playgrounds, really great pools here. Of course, you have the Trails End buffet, which is amazing food. And one of my absolute most favorite things to do in all of Disney World is the Hoop-de-Doo Review. And that is actually right here in Pioneer Hall. We're gonna walk down towards the old River Country first, and then we'll come back here and we'll see what we can see maybe through around Pioneer Hall and stuff like that, just to have a little bit of fun. Come here to this playground a lot. Cammie loves to come and really have some fun on this playground. See, Kevin, my family and I have stayed at Disney's Boardwalk because my parents had memberships to the Boardwalk, so we stayed there every year. Yeah, that's awesome. Whatever kind of memories that you have here, that's the best thing about Disney is, it doesn't matter how old you are. I've been bringing Cammie here since she was a year old. We would come here every single year from Ohio until we finally moved here. And she still has a lot of those memories. You get that sort of ingrained in you, and you really start to, remember, all these things. And that's why she's sort of all in tune with, where to go in Disney, and she remembers all these things from growing up. So it's really never too young to come back here. Looks like this is actually fenced off, which I kind of assumed it would be. This is Mickey's Backyard Barbecue. So I'm not sure what we're able to do here. I don't know if there's any kind of trails or anything that goes back in that direction. I'm not really familiar with this area around here. Hey, iJustice Plays, good afternoon. Thanks for the live stream. Enjoy the beautiful weather. We'll be there again October 6th through the 9th. Very, very awesome. So this is called Clementine's Beach. Didn't know that until now. Yeah, so unfortunately it doesn't look like we'll be able to see too much. This all looks kind of fenced off over here as well. Just a lot of green fencing and stuff back through there. Probably won't be able to see much, but you get an idea of the general area that this will be in. This is where you go for Mickey's Backyard Barbecue, and this is another really, really fun thing if you've never done this. It's like a country western band, and it's a buffet. It's delicious food, and then you got all the Disney characters that come out and they dance. They have like a hoedown and all the free Mickey ice cream bars that you can eat. It's held outdoors in this pavilion back here. See, is that Jerry 2377 just did Hoop-de-Doo last week? Still a great show. Yeah, same exact show from back in 71 when it started, but it doesn't matter. It's amazing. I've seen it, I don't even know how many times, 10, 12, 15 times, who knows. But I love it. Every single time you go, there's little nuances that will change each time, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same show, but the food is always amazing, and it's just such a great experience, such a fun experience. All right, these guys are really doing some crazy stuff here. I don't think I could attempt any of that. All right, sorry I've been yapping here. iJustice Plays, thank you so much for the super chat. Just saw that now. Very, very, very generous. Always appreciated. Natalie Church will be at Fort Wilderness May 22nd through June 1st. It's absolutely a wonderful experience here. If you truly, I mean, being on Disney property is a way to leave the real world behind, absolutely. But even coming into Fort Wilderness takes that to another level. I mean, you're really, truly outside of all the hustle and bustle of everything inside here. And it's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun to come with the whole family. Chippendale's Campfire. We come to Chippendale's Campfire a lot. It's free. You can come in here and you can buy your little s'more kit. You can roast your marshmallows. You can make s'mores. You can do hot dogs if you want. And then they have a little show prior. Chippendale comes out. There's a guy who comes out with his guitar and sings. And then Chippendale comes out and meets everybody, and you get pictures with them. And then they play a Disney movie on a really nice screen. And there's benches. There's kind of like stadium seating and benches and stuff in there. And it's just such a fun experience. I remember doing that as a kid too. All this stuff has been here since like the beginning. Fort Wilderness is definitely one of the very first resorts that was ever here. So I remember doing all this stuff as a kid. Now you get to relive it all as an adult, and bring my kid here too, and it's just a lot of fun. So Trails End Buffet, really delicious food. Chicken ribs, corn on the cob, baked beans, those kind of things. Really great buffet. Basically, a lot of the food that you actually get in the Pioneer Hall for the Hoop-de-Doo review, you get here as well in the Trails End Buffet. Now, when you're in there, they used to have a dish, it was a honey-baked salmon. Now, I'm not a salmon person, but I was talking to the chef the last time I ate in there, and he was telling me about what they used to serve. And he's like, you know what? He's like, give me a minute. He's like, let me go in the back and see if we can do something here. So he goes back and he specially makes this honey baked salmon, and he brings it out to me. And he brings out this huge piece of it. He's like, oh, you know, we just made that special so you can try it. It was absolutely the most delicious piece of fish that I've ever had. It was so amazing. So it's those little Disney details. You know, talk to your servers, talk to your chefs, and get a little bit of history and stuff. You never know what they'll do for you, you know, to kind of make your magic a little better each time you come. But it was so delicious. So if you ever are in there, you know, request the honey baked salmon. See if they'll do up a piece for you. So it's been a while since I've been back in this area. I think this is like I don't know if it's an actual petting zoo or petting farm, but they have the ponies and stuff. I think this is where you can come for the pony rides. We got some beautiful ponies back in here. Oh, this guy's just kind of chilling out in the sun here. Oh wow, sorry, I'm sorry I keep yapping, guys. I'm missing super chats. Brett, thank you for the super chat. Always appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Carrie, thank you for your super chat as well. Everything is always appreciated. Thank you, guys. So he loves Disney. My kids love the animals there. Way too, son. That's a great magic moment. Absolutely. Yeah, everybody, thank you for the super chats coming in. Really, other people are on here thanking people. Disney Life of Ours. Yes, we just stayed in the cabins for the 4th of July, and they picked us to walk Chippendale to the front with a sing-along. It was so fun. That is very, very cool. I did notice that they do that with families. That is awesome. Robert Plummer, thanks for all the updates you provide. You are great. Thank you. Andy, 31 days and counting. I love countdowns. Anthony, Papa Wheelie. Yeah, those kids were some little stunt riders there. Melissa, such a beautiful location. I've been to all the Walt Disney World, but have never been to Wilderness Lodge. I have to head over in September. Yeah, definitely. Wilderness Lodge is amazing. It's such a beautiful spot over there. Way Too Son, I wanted to say thank you for the shout out. Love the YouTube Disney family. Absolutely. I love all you guys here. You guys know that. Let's see, another super chat here as well. Mom2, $9.99 super chat. Thank you very, very much. Very much appreciated. And more coming in here. Sorry, I can't even keep up with these. Brian, always good to have you here. $10 super chat. Thank you very, very much, my friend. Matt, welcome. Faye and Casey as well from the UK. I know you guys are coming to Coronado, and I do promise, before you ask me, I definitely am going to get back to Coronado, I promise. Because there's some really amazing things happening with the tower. I pass that every single time I come on the Disney property. I pass that tower, and every day it just looks more and more cool. So yeah, this is all pony rides. Try to see if we can see any more. Yeah, it looks like a whole herd of ponies. I don't know what you would call. It's not a flock. It wouldn't be a gaggle. I guess it would be a herd of ponies. These are the types of things that I love most about Disney. And again, you guys see that I don't spend a whole lot of time in the parks because there's so much more that you can do even outside of the parks. Even if you just do things like this where you come in and you enjoy, you know, the different aspects of the resorts. These horses are beautiful. Richard, if you walk around the campground, you'll see some of the old train tracks. Yeah, you know, that's something I'll have to do. I know Adam the Woo has been in here, and some other people have done it as well. Railroad was stopped years ago, CJ, yeah. Yeah, that was very, very cool. They had the smaller scale train that used to run around the inside of the property here, and as you walk through a lot of the trails, you can actually still see some of the tracks, or the the railroad ties and stuff from where the train used to run through. It's kind of cool to see things like that, but it's kind of sad as well. You know, the changes that occur and some of the things you remember from being here from the years past. You know, things like the birthday castle, the birthday cake castle. I know everybody seems to hate that, but I was a huge fan of the Cinderella castle done up as the birthday cake. I loved it.
Okay, cool. Oh.
Well, this poor little guy is in the fence over here. I wonder why. Oh, he's got a little calf. Look at this. Is it a calf? No. What's a small horse? I don't know my horse terminology. Look at that. Look at how small she is, and then look at how small that little horse is. That is so awesome. I gotta get a picture. A pony. Why am I so dumb? I can't even think of a pony. I guess I'm thinking that Mom is the pony, and that would just be a smaller pony. Oh, that's a nice picture right there. See, Mom, too, you are our therapy at night. My gosh, I'm a Skyway fan and never been to Disney World. I'm a left coaster and a Disneylander since 1958. But you tempt me to go. Yeah, you got to come to Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland, so I envy you. But Disney World is just such an amazing experience. I mean, there's so much to do here. I mean, there's so many options. You can see just the crazy things that I find, you know, just on a beautiful day like this. You come around, and now I'm seeing, you know, just little baby ponies that are here as well. So you just never know. A baby horse is a pony or a fowl. A fowl, there you go. I watched, was it Seabiscuit? Seabiscuit and what was the other one? Secretariat. And that was, yeah, the fowl. I totally love this stuff. I love doing these walk-arounds because I forget half the stuff that's here. And then I find it, and then I gotta make sure that I bring Cammie back because she would love this kind of stuff. I do a lot of this stuff while she's at school. Let's see, I guess we can actually come in here. This is the stables. How cool is this? I never took the time to actually come back here and do this. Been to the Hoop-de-Doo so many times, and it's just never really come back here. Now here are some serious horses back here. I know we're supposed to be looking at the construction for the new nature hotel, but you know, there wasn't much to see here, and I mean, this is just very, very cool through here. Look at these massive horses. You know, a lot of these are the horses that they use throughout the Disney property. You know, horses that you'll see on Main Street, horses that you'll see, you know, they do horse-drawn carriage rides at like Riverside and things like that. So all the horses are stored here that they use on property. These are just beautiful, beautiful animals. He looks kind of tired. Looks like he's about to go to sleep. How in the world could you even get up to ride one of these horses? I got to give it to anybody out there who actually rides horses like this. Props to you, because when you really get up and close to an animal like this and you see the sheer power, it is truly amazing. a pretty one. It's got some white coloring on him. Disney Nerd Herders, which of the horses is the Headless Horseman? I don't know. It's probably one of the black ones that are in here. There's a couple black horses. Oh, he's like, give me more food. I need more food. Give me my food. Unbelievable. So it looks like there's more down there, a lot more horses here. Looks like he's pretty close here. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. They're beautiful. Dennis, the carriage ride at Riverside is very cool and worth doing. I figured it would be. It's really a beautiful area to take a carriage ride through. Absolutely. Way Too Son, fun fact, I'm terrified of horses. I can understand why. I mean, seriously. I mean, you come up so close, and these are just massive, massive animals. They're beautiful. Dave C, going to Disneyland for 3 days in April before the Galaxy's Edge crowd defends. You jumped on there, but that's cool that you're going to Disneyland. You absolutely have to let us know how that is. Definitely get some pictures and stuff, share them. This is kind of neat. Some of the old school things that used to happen at Disney here. They got the hay ride that goes through Fort Wilderness. Of course, there's Pioneer Hall. There we go. There's the Headless Horseman. Very, very cool. Ah, there we go. Walt on his horse playing polo. If you ever read any documentaries or seen any documentaries on Walt, he used to play polo with a lot of the celebrities in Hollywood. And after a while, the insurance company said, nope, you can't do that anymore. It's too dangerous. And they would not let him do that. He actually got hurt once doing it. And it's very, very dangerous. So obviously you can see the mere power of these horses. You're running at each other, swinging these clubs and these balls. And Diz Life of Ours, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for the shout out. We've only had our channel 10 months and we love Disney. Absolutely, guys. Check out Diz Life of Ours. I'm going to check that out personally when I get home later. So you guys have a lot of fun with it. That's all you can do. Make sure you stay honest, stay yourselves, have fun. And I guess that's the best advice I can give. That's kind of what I've done. And we just, we continue to grow. I'm trying to stay behind the families here. I try not to get kids on camera if I can avoid it. It looks like you can actually just kind of walk through here. How old's the pony?
She'll be 3 weeks Monday.
3 weeks, wow, that's beautiful. Take another quick look over here. So 3 weeks old. Oh, sorry, I missed Jamie Reese. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. Thanks for all you do, Rob. Thank you very, very much. I'm sorry if I do miss. I go back periodically and try to check. A lot of times I'm trying to walk and talk at the same time. So, but thank you, Jamie, for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Brian, wife and I enjoyed touring this barn a couple years ago, heading to Disneyland in November to celebrate my being cancer-free. Very, very cool, man. Very awesome. I love to hear that. My mom is actually a 2-time cancer survivor, so my heart definitely goes out to you for that. Congratulations for that. Greg hooking up Disney Nerd Herders, asking how you guys are, and Disney Life of Ours. Greg is a pretty interesting guy too. He's been to every single Disney park. He sends me some pretty amazing pictures he's been all over the world, Shanghai to Tokyo to Paris, to Disneyland. I mean, you name it, he's been there. He's experiencing it all. So that is pretty amazing to be able to do that. Street cred. Oh my God, 3 weeks. Felt like how my big first week. Let's see how my first kiddo was at that age. He was 10 pounds, 2 feet long at birth. Jeez. How did you manage that? I don't even know if the physics are possible for that. Absolutely, everybody. Disney Nerd Herders, congrats to Brian. Got treatment in a couple hours. Hope to be celebrating again in June for the 2nd time. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Our thoughts go out to you then too. Disney Nerd Herders, very, very, very close to my heart. Like I said, my mom, 2-time cancer survivor, lymphoma, and the amazing advancements that they have is just out of this world. So congratulations to all you guys. I actually used to be the executive director for a nonprofit called Companions of Hope, and we actually would pair up cancer survivors with folks actually going through this similar type of cancer, similar type of treatments. So, you know, it's all based, you know, kind of on hope. Is you can never give up hope, especially with the technology you have today. And it's always good to have support of other people, and definitely people who have been through the same situation to go through. So that was a former life that we did that. I guess we'll share little pieces of my history as we go along here. Melissa, I have to head out for a bit. Thank you again, Melissa. Appreciate you being a moderator. Always good to have you here. Greg, yeah, I did see the Herbie this morning. Thank you for sending that to me. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I went to the 50th anniversary for the Love Bug, and they had 30 Herbies on parade, and I got video and stuff of that. So Greg sent me a picture of a Herbie that he found. So that was a lot of cool fun. You know what? Let me go check something here real quick. Just want to take a quick look. This is probably locked. No. Just take a quick look in here. Hello, do you mind? Am I allowed to, or okay? If not, all right. Just love it in here. Thanks. So that's Pioneer Hall. There's actually two levels in there. There's a balcony level. See, Mom too, my son was that big as well back in 1980. No anesthesia, had only one. Geez. You know, thank you ladies out there. I know us men could not handle that in any way, shape, or form. So God bless you guys for going through that situation to continue on lives for all of us human beings. See, CJ, I see Herbie driving around Disney every couple weeks during my commute. Yeah, I think there's a cast member who has a Herbie. It's more of a modern, like the Beetle style Herbie. But it was kind of cool. While that parade was going on, you saw the older Herbies, you know, the 60s model Bugs that were driving all around property as well. And then they had the big parade at Old Town. And they were actually staying, a lot of them were actually staying at the All-Stars in the Love Bug section over at the All-Star. So there's a lot of the Herbies that were parked over there, which was pretty cool. So we're going to head back towards the Magic Kingdom. Eventually, I'm going to come in here and rent a golf cart, and we'll kind of tool around. I'll probably do that with my family. Bring the wife and bring Cammie, and we'll kind of make a day of it. Because there's a lot more to see here at Fort Wilderness than even just the Pioneer Hall area. And this is where you can come to rent these little speedboats. All the resorts around here have them: Contemporary, Polynesian, Wilderness Lodge, Fort Wilderness, and who did I forget? Grand Floridian. So they have one boat that'll take you over to Contemporary and Wilderness Lodge.
To exit the boat. Gather all your personal
Or
items.
we can take the green flag here and go over to the Magic Kingdom.
Please take your time and watch your step. On behalf of the crew, thanks for sailing with us.
James, looks like a lovely day, as it has been in England today, although I expect it's warmer there. Yeah, it's actually it's another gorgeous day here today. It's probably just in the high 70s, maybe low 80s. Just kind of a perfect sunny Florida day. Mom 2, oops, will the Skyliner go to Fort Wilderness? It will not. Skyliner right now just goes from Pop Century and Art of Animation to the Caribbean, from the Caribbean to Hollywood Studios or to Epcot. You can also go through the Riviera Hotel that's being built. So right now, that's what the Skyliner will do. There's definitely going to be more announcements in the future. Again, you guys kind of heard me teasing a little bit as far as what's going to happen at D23. Really keep your ears open for announcements coming, possibly out of D23, for a pretty massive system that might be coming as far as the Skyliner goes. We got to really keep an eye on the Magic Kingdom as well. There's a lot of people that go in and out of that park, so just keep your ears and eyes open for that. Brian, you rented a little Sea Racer back in 2013. What a blast! Yeah, I haven't done it since I was a kid, so I really want to come out here and maybe take Cammie out, because they're so much fun. I remember tooling around with my dad, and that was really, it's just one of those memories that you never forget. Anthony, it's a wonderful place to be at here. Ecord 1, the secret menu with the briefcase and viewfinder is All-Star Movies. I think the secret briefcase and viewfinder is All-Star Movies, I think. Are we talking about? I'm not quite sure what that conversation's about. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm not sure what the age limit is to drive the boat. Let's see, who was asking? Street Cred, let Cammie drive the boat if she's allowed. She probably is. I mean, she's 11, so I wouldn't see any issue why she couldn't drive the boat. And she's a good driver. I let her drive the car all over the place. I'm just kidding. Absolutely, I'm just kidding about that. Don't want to get reported to Children's Services. All right, let's head out back here. We're gonna get our own personal little limousine out here. And again, if you have the time to do this kind of stuff, just come take the boat transportation around Disney property. You know, come in the middle of the day where it's not that busy, there's not a whole lot of crowds, and just jump on the different boats that go to the different resorts and just take in the views and how amazing it is, especially Seven Seas and Bay Lake here. You know, I actually had an idea of my own. I always come up with things that I would try to think about if I was an Imagineer. And you know, my whole theory on trying to build a Pixar land, expanding Toy Story Land into a Pixar land. We'll talk about that. But I had, for Discovery Island, if they were to do something, I think it would be kind of cool to make it, I don't even know if it's big enough, or they could do this really anywhere on property, but to make it a resort-themed area somehow, and to make it more of a haunted scenario, and take all of the different haunted mansions from the different Disney theme parks, and you know, take the original from California, take the one from here in Disney World, Disneyland Paris, Shanghai. You know, take the different looking haunted mansions and make it a resort out of those. Put the different haunted mansions here, and you can stay inside the resort, and you can have different experiences for different levels. So say if you stayed at the Disneyland one, it would be very whimsical and very, you know, like it is now for kids. And you know, the further you get up, the more intense of an experience that you could possibly have. You know, you could actually book, you know, a pretty haunted experience if you wanted while you're in your room, or you could just have, you know, the hitchhiking ghosts on your wall if you wanted the kids experience. But how cool of a resort would that be, to actually take Disney theming from inside the parks and make a resort out of it? I think that would be awesome. I would pay so much money to go stay in a room in the haunted mansion on Disney property. Jamie, do you have to stay at the Wilderness Resort to rent a boat? I do not believe you have to. You can just go to a resort. You know, if you're staying anywhere on property, or you know, even if you're just visiting Disney World, these are amenities that are pretty much available. So I think you can make a reservation, or you know, they're not really busy, so you can probably just walk up there, and you just have to pay the rental fee. You know, you probably have to show your license and all that stuff. But no, I don't think you have to be specific to any one resort to do it. Street cred, so you like that idea? I think that would be hugely popular. You know, even if they did a version of it here, take Discovery Island and do something like that, you know, it would even be the experience to where you'd have to take a boat over here, have to take shuttles over here to get there. I just think it would be pretty cool. It'd be to have the whole island just be a sort of a haunted experience. I mean, 'cause that's basically what it is now. It's all, you know, broken down and creepy in there as it is. A room at the Haunted Mansion, they do have room for one more. There you go. There's all kinds of things you can come up with that. Brian, anyone can rent the boats or do the horseback ride. There you go. So let's see here. Yeah, I totally missed it coming back here. After all, this is the Nature Hotel update. So that's what we saw coming in. They basically just cleared the land. There's some excavators there, and that's going to be the process for quite a while. They'll just level everything in there. They'll smooth it out. They have to do all the landscaping. They have to put all the electrical in, the pipe works, the drainage, water, all of that stuff. So that takes a while. They're still just doing the foundation work over for the new Star Wars hotel. There's been no walls or anything that's been put up, or any foundation that's been laid over there. It's all just, you know, stuff that's being dug up underground. So we got the Contemporary and of course Bay Lake Tower. But if they do a fifth gate, where would it be built? Who knows? Who knows where on property they would do it? If you look at a map, you would think, oh, you can put it here, you can put it there, and they may move things, they may clear things. There's land in different areas, and it all depends on what's actually stable to build on. They have to have a large enough area that they can actually excavate and work on. The Magic Kingdom was kind of a pain in the neck to do because it was all swampland, and they actually, when they built I'm sure you guys have heard this, when they built Walt Disney World, they actually built the utilidors on level ground, and then they dug up the Seven Seas Lagoon. That was all man-made. They dug all that earth up and they put it on top of the utilidors, and then they built the Magic Kingdom on top of that. So the Magic Kingdom is actually sitting on a second level. Those utilidors underneath are not underground. They're on level ground, and then the Magic Kingdom is built on top of it. So a tremendous amount of work, especially here in Florida, to do any kind of foundation work because, it's so sketchy. The earth is so loose here. It's sandy and stuff like that, swampy. So a lot of work has to go into coming up with, building an entire new park. But it's Disney. Just snap your fingers and make it happen. Jared, this is Florida that we're at now. This is Walt Disney World in Florida. Greg, what's my idea for the fifth gate? I've always said that the Heroes Villains idea that's been out there for ages, I think is probably the best idea. With that being said, I was just kind of thinking yesterday, they just bought 21st Century Fox, so the world of possibilities that they could have with that, it doesn't have to be Disney based, it doesn't have to be Heroes and Villains. You can have a section in there, but there's a lot of different properties now that Disney owns because of 21st Century Fox. Bring those things in too, expand the horizons, and make get a larger population of people. I mean, everybody pretty much loves Disney, but you can have so much more incorporated now that you've brought those other properties in as well. So a fifth gate, I mean, the sky is the absolute limit for what Disney can do. They own so many properties now. Evan, has construction started at the main Epcot entrance? It has not. We actually just walked through there yesterday. I didn't see anything, walls or anything going up. I'm not quite sure when they're actually going to start that project, so we'll keep an eye on it. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that. They'll probably have to do different sections, because they're going to have to keep traffic flow through there. Greg, I think they could swing a deal with Universal and Exchange to allow Marvel characters on property. Yeah, and again, that kind of goes with the 21st Century Fox deal as well. They have so many more properties now that Disney owns that Universal would really be interested in. I know one of them is The Simpsons. There's a lot of other stuff too that Universal will probably say, hey, we'd like to use that, because Universal's Marvel characters are the old, whimsical characters from the 60s and 70s that they still use there. And everybody knows Marvel today is what Disney is putting out. So, Marvel could very well say, hey, we would love to have this property from 21st Century, and, we'll give you the rights to the Marvel characters. I'm sure they'll work something out, but a Marvel theme park would be huge. That way they can just get a giant crane and they can pick up Guardians of the Galaxy from Epcot and just move it over there. I'm just kidding, they won't do that, but that's what they should have waited for. Discover the Magic. Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bob, sorry to be late joining the party. Better late than never, my friend. Good to have you here. Stephen, they used to rent canoes. My friend and I rented one. We were there in our 20s. A young kid ran into us on the Sea Racer and tipped us over. Wow. It was funny, but it won't happen now with the gator scare. Yeah, that was way back in the day. That had to be late 70s, early 80s when they were still renting canoes here. That's a pretty funny story though. Disney Nerd Herder, sorry catching this late, gotta run. Thanks for the streams and everyone for the support. You rock, absolutely, guys. Keep up the good work on the channel as well. Evan, hey Rob, see you in 6 weeks. Very, very cool. Just trying to swing back through some of these comments. Elvin, sorry. You should run a golf cart around Christmas and go through the campsite and see all the Christmas decorations. Yeah, that is a really cool idea. You know, I've never really gotten through there. I've seen some of the Christmas decorations, but I've never gone through the entire campsite to see all the decorations. But people do some pretty amazing stuff in there. You know, there's people that actually live in there, like seasonal people that live in there, and there's some people that live in there year round. They just pay to live inside Fort Wilderness. You know, they bring their RV or whatever, and it's pretty amazing. See, Brett, nice try, Rob. Don't be bitter. Was I being bitter about something? Sorry, I have a short-term memory, so I'm sorry if I was being bitter about something. I know you're laughing, but I'm trying to think what I may have said. Marcia, hey, here at Pop. So are they actually running the gondolas yet over there? They were not running them when I came in. Stephen, it was the mid-90s. We were at Caribbean Beach. We had to swim to shore. No, that absolutely would not happen today. Most definitely not. You know, it's kind of funny. I always say I've never seen an alligator here on property. And, you know, everywhere that I go, all the different resorts here, Bay Lake, Seven Seas, all that, I've never physically seen an alligator. But when I was at the Caribbean Beach the other night, looking at the Skyliner over there at like 2 in the morning or whatnot, and I was standing there right by the water's edge, and you hear just the frogs and stuff, and it does kind of give you a little bit of the creeps when you're standing close to the water, that you never know, you know, what could happen. It is Florida, you know, you can only do so much. Disney does, you know, a great job of trying to track and, you know, capture and release and all that, but you never know. You do have to be careful. And standing there was kind of one of those, you know, realistic moments where you're like, well, there very well could be something living in the water there that could be looking at me right now. We'll wait for everybody to kind of get off here, then we'll make our way up through there. Oh, Brett, the Guardians. Yeah, I get you now. I know. I'm sure the Guardians is going to be an awesome ride, and I'm not knocking the ride itself. I'm just knocking why it's there, why they chose to put it there. Thank you. It just does not fit where they put it inside of Future World there. And I know somebody's trying to sell it and say, well, you know, it's about space and it's about the future, and that's all fine and dandy, but it's not really what Epcot was about. Epcot was about the advancement to make the world a better place, to find technologies for those kind of advancement. It's not about, you know, comic book characters in a very technically advanced roller coaster. It doesn't really do anything for the world except make people, you know, scream. You know, Horizons was about looking towards the future and looking at technologies and the things that we could do to make the world a better place in the future, and how we could live underwater, how we can live in space, how we could do those things. The World of Motion was based on the evolution of the vehicle and where we could be in the future with vehicles. Journey into Imagination was all about using our senses and, you know, finding the wonderment and imagination and things like that. So I didn't really, yeah, I guess I do got to go through security here. All right, I'm gonna have to put the camera. I'm gonna put the camera down, guys.
Hey, check out back and sit. This one. Check the ones I wanted in.
All right, just didn't want to film security. So I'm actually gonna start heading back over towards the parking lot. I gotta get back over there. It takes a little while to get there. We'll take the ferry boat over. just because about an hour or so I'll have to head over to get Cammy from school. You guys kind of know my schedule now if you've been watching. Charles, if you see two little red dots coming towards your way, leave because they see you before it's too late. Yeah, the little the alligator eyes. That's right. I don't go near the water's edge. There's signs all over property. Obviously, they put fences on the beaches now. You know, horrible thing that happened here over at the Grand Floridian. We all know that story. But you know, you have to take precautions here, and you have to be safe. You have to keep yourself safe. And you know, unfortunately, it takes an incident like that to kind of be retroactive instead of being proactive. But that's a whole nother subject. All right, once we get up onto the Richard F. Irvine, we'll read some of these comments. Try to chat a little bit more with you guys. Get another great view going back over towards the TTC. Hello. Grab ourselves a window seat here, or a window stand. Mom too, I'm so with you on the misplacement of Guardians. Uncle Walt really wanted Epcot about living here on Earth. Absolutely, you know, he had an envisionment for what Epcot was originally supposed to be, the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, to where, you know, you find, again, I'm ranting on about this, technologies to get us into the future. He wanted Epcot to be a place where industries can come and experiment and to come up with things that, you know, could be distributed out into the world to make the world a better place, to make it a happier place, a safer place, a cleaner place. And, you know, I don't think he envisioned a Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster there. Again, that's just my personal opinion. I know you guys may not agree, and that's cool. That's why it's fun to talk about this kind of stuff. But that's my only real beef with what's going on here for anything that's being built. I think Tron in Tomorrowland is excellent. I think it's going to look amazing. I think it's perfect for what it is. It's futuristic. It has to do with, you know, the future of technology, computers, those kind of things. Tron obviously was a futuristic thing at the time, and it's just going to look so cool in there. It fits in perfectly. Ratatouille fits in perfectly in France. So yeah, I think maybe everybody's on the same page as far as not really belonging there. It's going to be a great ride. They just put it somewhere else. Well, it's too late now. Nemo Classless Horizons will always be the best ride ever. Absolutely. Hands down, my favorite ride that Disney did. You know, you love the Haunted Mansion and Pirates and all that stuff, but the Horizons was just really great. Dustin, alligators have incredible homing abilities, so relocation is kind of ineffective. I didn't realize that they'll make their way back to wherever they're most comfortable being, I guess, huh? I try to avoid the Toy Story music here so YouTube doesn't ding me with a copyright. I'm trying to find where they can't really hear it. Allie, can't wait for the Minnie and Mickey ride. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun too. That's supposed to be really entertaining. You know, it's a good spot to have it there, I guess. Getting rid of the Great Movie Ride, not another thing that I'm happy with. you know, I would say Mickey and Minnie should probably be at the Magic Kingdom. I mean, that's another thing. You know, I know you have to find areas to put these things in, and you have to use certain space and building areas, but maybe a little bit of misplacement there as well for Mickey and Minnie. Bob, I'm not sure if I grabbed you before, my friend. Your super chat, if I'm just seeing it now, I apologize. You know, I get caught up here. Thanks for the view from the boat. I don't normally get to see this from streams. You're very welcome, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. Always good to have you here. Hopefully you're still on. I do apologize if you just sent that or a while back. Mom too, I love your sensitivity and honesty about Disney. Absolutely. I mean, this is part of my life. I grew up here, like I said, 79 was the first time I came down here with my family. So you have amazing memories here, as we all do. If you've been here, it's part of us. And you know, as we see things change, you know, we feel like Disney is a part of our culture. And obviously, it, you know, moved down here because of Disney, and you know, you get very passionate about it. There's a lot of passionate people out there about Disney. So, you know, we all have our opinion as fans, as people that have come here for many, many, many years. Robert, coming down with granddaughter in a week. Can't wait getting annual passes. Very cool. Waited until Star Wars was closer to being finished. Have a wonderful time coming down with your granddaughter. That's very cool. I hope she has an amazing time. I wonder if it's her first time here. It's the best thing. Anytime somebody comes in for the first time, it's such a great experience. Nemo classes. What's the new type of boat that I passed? Oh, is that this one back here? Maybe I haven't seen that one. Is it that one? I'm not sure if I've seen that one. These have been here. These are the cruisers, I think, or something like that. And of course, those have been here forever. These little the puddle jumpers there. Yeah, maybe it's this one that you're talking about. I'm not sure if I've seen that one before. Brian, loving the boat views. Yeah, like I said, take time to come down here and just ride the Disney transportation, especially these boats. It's a great way to cool down. You get amazing views, amazing breezes. And this, you know, this kind of serves a point too. Let me bring this up. You know, everybody is so up in arms about the Skyliner. And about, oh, it's not going to have air conditioning. It's going to be this horrible sweat box and blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm standing on a piece of Disney transportation that has been here since 1971. The ferry boats, the different boat transportation that goes to Wilderness Lodge, to Fort Wilderness, to the Grand Floridian. These are all open air vessels. There is no air conditioning on this boat whatsoever. The only thing I feel is the breeze coming in from the outside. And are people all over social media saying it's going to be a disaster? Should they shut down the ferry boats? Should they shut down the water transportation to any of the Disney resorts because it doesn't have air conditioning? You know, kind of think of it like that. There's ventilation on the gondolas, and it's going to be fine. You're going to have the airflow. It's going to be just like taking a nice, peaceful ride over on the ferry boat back and forth between the Magic Kingdom and the TTC. Right now, it feels amazing in here. It's enclosed, but there's windows. There's a nice breeze coming in here, and it feels great. And it's about 80-some degrees today. And you're going to have the added luxury of the sun reflection in the gondolas themselves. So for all the AC naysayers out there, you know, let that, you know, kick that to the curb, because there's other modes of transportation that has the same thing that nobody cares about. Just because it's new and it's something to complain about, I think, it's not going to be an issue. Disney is not going to put people on there to, you know, to pass out and become dehydrated. You're only going to be on there for like 2 minutes in most cases. The longest ride is from the Caribbean Beach over to Epcot, which is like 7 to 9 minutes. So that's just another one of my rants, but I've been thinking about that a lot. You know, I would come ride this, you know, the ferry boat every single day, and it doesn't have air conditioning, but it feels amazing. You feel a little bit of a breeze coming in, and it's just perfect. And what am I getting out of it? I'm getting a Disney experience. You know, this is part of Disney's history. I'm getting gorgeous views that you can't get inside the parks or walking around the resorts. It's the same thing with the Skyliner. You're not going to get that experience inside the park, and you're not going to get a lot of the views that you're going to be able to see from anywhere else on Disney property except up in that Skyliner. And it doesn't have air conditioning. Whoop-de-doo. Or hoop-de-doo. Hoop-de-doo review. Nemo with glasses. Excellent point. Thank you very much. Street cred, not just for nostalgia, Disney is also a major component of socialization for many people around the world. Major way to connect in a positive way. Absolutely. Well, I mean, look what we're doing right now. I got people from all over the world that's joined us here. You know, I make friends from all over the world, and it's awesome because of this one thing, because of Disney. Biff, as a Wonderland, my family has literally been a part of the park from the beginning. Very, very cool. See, it's ingrained in our culture. It's part of our DNA. If you love Disney, it's because you've loved Disney your whole life. Or even if you're just coming in here experiencing it for the first time, it will be something that will stick with you for your whole life. Brian, I'm in Indiana and it's 45 degrees. That's not terrible though. I mean, it's not, at least it's not snowing. Pasta Azul, the way I see it is whoever does not want to ride the Skyliner, then don't. Exactly. You know, there's other transportation. You can take the bus. It's air conditioned over there. You know, maybe you're afraid of heights. Then don't ride it. Ride the bus or walk or whatever, you know, scenario comes into play. You know, I could have chose to ride the monorail over there. It's air conditioned. But you know, I love jumping on the boat because it's more kind of nostalgic right now, and it's pretty views. It's a gorgeous day. You know, so why not take advantage of this situation for this particular time? You know, and you know, if you're here in October and it's 70 degrees out, ride the Skyliner. If you're here in the middle of August and it's 101 degrees with a humidity of 90%, then don't ride the Skyliner. It's, you know, you got to make quality decisions for yourself as well. And until we all physically get on it and we experience it, you know, there's really nothing we can say. Robert Film Vlogs, I am. This is Seven Seas Lagoon. We just came up from the Magic Kingdom. There's the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian. We went through Bay Lake earlier, and now this is Seven Seas Lagoon. The man-made Seven Seas Lagoon, if you heard my story. They actually dug up this lagoon here to put on top of the utilidors at the Magic Kingdom. See, then amazing. A few minutes ago, I booked my Walt Disney World trip for my birthday. Very, very cool. I'm sure the Skyliner will be running by then. When will that be? When is your birthday? Happy early birthday, though. The Bomo gondola is the same size as a car. Do not leave people unattended. In there, moving air is great. The evac possibility is the only kicker. You know, there's many different evacuation possibilities. There's a reason why Disney made it at the level that they did. For most areas, you're going to be able to get, you know, the fire apparatus in there where they can actually get the ladder trucks or the crane, whatever they call them, the buckets, up to the different areas to get people out. There's other evacuation scenarios that could play as well. They actually have devices where crews can actually go out and they can, you know, scale down the cables themselves to the car. If you're in the water, you know, they are very, very close to the water. So there's apparatus that they can put in the water that can get right underneath of the gondola that you can probably actually just step down onto an apparatus if need be. So it's not going to be this horrible situation to where, you know, you think like up in the mountains and stuff, they do helicopter evacuations, those kind of things. That's like really grand scale, very, very tall, going up the sides of mountains and stuff. Disney has a plan in mind as far as the different heights and the different areas that they're able to get people out. Again, the very, very, very first thing that Disney is always aware of is safety. That is number one. Before making people happy, before making people smile, before, you know, giving them an experience, they have to make sure that everybody is safe when they come here. Now, do things happen? Does life happen? And do certain things get in the way sometimes? And can tragedies happen? Of course, that's just life. You can't prevent everything. But 99.9% of the time, Disney is really making every accommodation to make every single person here safe. So that's going to be no different with the Skyliner. I can guarantee you that. That's why, that's why they just didn't hang a haul rope and throw a gondola up there and start putting people in it. That's why there's testing every single day, every single time test you can do. Stationary testing, speed testing, brake testing, slippage tests. Make sure the haul rope is inside the sheaves. It's just everything. Making sure the towers are sound, making sure there's no cracks, making sure the stations are sound. They all work. Everything has to be in unison before they even consider putting a human being on that. So now we're back at the Transportation and Ticket Center. So from here, you can either jump on a monorail, you can head over to Epcot if you wanted, or in my case, I'll just be jumping on the Heroes tram to go to Rapunzel to find my car to head on out of here. We're gonna wait for some of the crowd to kind of get past me here a little bit. We'll take a look at the beautiful view of the castle. Let me zoom down there a bit. Simply amazing. That never ever gets old. That beautiful, beautiful view. See, then amazing, as luck would have it, my birthday falls just after the busiest part of the summer tourist season. But Galaxy's Edge opens, so should be able to avoid the crowds. Well, you're going to have a great time. Have an amazing birthday. What better place to spend it than here at Disney World? This Life of Ours got to go pick up the kids now. That's exactly what I'm getting ready to do too, so I feel you on that. Mom, too, if you could choose the perfect time to go to Disney, when would it be? I always used to travel down here from Ohio in September and October. I think it's just perfect weather. It's not a whole lot of rain still. The rain is just starting to subside a little bit. You still get days like this to where you get the mid 80s. In the evening, it gets a little cooler, but it's not cold. So you can swim, you can have all those great experiences. Plus you have the Food and Wine Festival, all kinds of great concerts and stuff over at Epcot. So that was usually my time to come. Plus the not so scary Halloween party. Crowd levels aren't so bad until you really start getting closer to Halloween. But I love it there. Now, if you can deal with some colder nights, January, like all through January, beginning of February is a really great time to be here as well. But it can get pretty cold. It can drop down to like the 40s at night. So if you can deal with that, you still will get some pretty warm days. But crowd levels are probably at their least right around that time. Just starting to pick back up with some crowd levels. All right, everybody. So we're probably going to head out here. Thank you again for the super chats, Bob. Thank you so much. This Life of Ours, much appreciated, very much. Jamie, thank you so much for that super chat, the $20, very generous. Brian, thank you for your $10 as well. Mom, too, great to have you here. Hope to see you again in the future. Carrie, thank you so much. Who else do we got here? Brett, thank you very, very much, my friend. Hopefully you guys are still on. iJustice Plays, always good to have you here. Thank you for the super chat. And Benjamin Haley, thank you very, very much. Love you guys. I appreciate everything that you do. Again, I kind of had my rant earlier. Let me just kind of sum it up again. We want to be a community here. We want to have everybody have a great time here. Like I said, I have my own personal set of values as far as how I want to be treated, so I want everybody to be treated the same here. So we don't attack each other here, we don't say negative things about each other, and we just want to be a community and all come here to have fun. So with that being said, you are all welcome back. You're always friends of mine, and I hope to see you again in the future. Be sure to check out passporttotheparks.com. All the social media is there. Please follow me on all of it, and check out some stuff in the links below. I'll start adding some more things. Modeling Disney. I'll add Robbie Von Roll's site down there as well. These are guys that really contribute and do a lot of things. Gonna get the t-shirt that Modeling Disney has designed out so you guys can see it. I'm in love with it. I think it's so cool. You guys are gonna love it when you see it, trust me. It's one of the coolest things that I've seen in a long time. So with that being said, you guys have a great day, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow, maybe at the Animal Kingdom with Cammie. So there you go. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.